a very, very incredible musician. He's a Grammy Award-winning guitarist. He's the lead guitar player for Billy Idol. He's played with amazing bands, the Atomic Playboys. He's done some fantastic guitar work for people like Vince Neil and Michael Jackson. His group, Flamenco A Go-Go, very, very cool band. And also, he's a longtime family member of Roland. And so it's an honor for me to introduce to you all tonight, Mr. Steve Stevens.
How y'all doing, all right? All right. I've been fighting off a cold. We got off the road about a week ago, and we went from Seattle. We played a fan's birthday party. This guy pestered Billy Idol for 2 years. and we eventually gave in, and we played this guy's birthday party. And the day after, I had to go down to Arizona to play a benefit for a children's hospital with Chester from Lincoln Park, and then back up to Portland to finish the Billy Idol stuff. In the course of that flying and stuff, I picked up a cold, so if I sound like Daffy Duck tonight, you know, don't cut me some slack. But yeah, as Gary said, this year would celebrate a 30-year anniversary of my involvement with Roland and guitar synths. I was doing promotion for Rebel Yell in 1982. Billy and I went to Japan to do press, and we went to the Roland factory, and they brought us into a room, and there was one of those GR 700s, which is the guitar, if you've ever seen the Flesh of Fantasy video, it's got that wacky bar on it. And we saw that, and Billy said, "You gotta have that, mate. No one's got that." And so we wouldn't leave the factory, and the way that we got it, we literally brought it with us on the flight home, and we said, "Well, promise we'll put it in the next video." And we did, and I brought that thing with me on 10 months of tour, on Rebel Yell tour, and then I brought it out for the next Whiplash Smile record. And my love of guitar synths really starts basically from synthesizers. One of the first concerts I went to was Emerson, Lake and Palmer at Madison Square Garden on the Brain Salad Surgery tour. And I had seen bands up until that time, but once I heard that Moog synthesizer and the frequency spectrum that it took up in everyone in the audience, it just like knocked our socks off. And as a guitar player, I said, I want to do that. I didn't want to just be Jimmy Page or Jeff Beck. I wanted to also occupy that world as well. And with the help of my dad, who also was like a kind of a science freak and would like get popular mechanics and stuff. And then, you know, the first synthesizers were happening, and he would bring these records home and stuff. So we shared this kind of newly happening technology, which was synthesizers. And as soon as I found out that that was available for guitar players to kind of have, I was like, that's my world. So yeah, 30 years ago, got the GR 700, and then as Roland has really been the one company who has, you know, kept the technology getting better and better with this, which is really it's an incredible guitar, because not only is it it's a Stratocaster in all sense of the word. You know, it's got the standard Strats things, but the actual synthesizer stuff that's involved in it, beyond just the Strat thing, is as good as guitar synths have ever been. And when I was first introduced to this, it was like a big step up, a big leap up, and they had, you know, whoever is doing the actual designing and the electronic stuff at Roland, really, to me, they really get what guitar synthesizer should be about. So I'm going to play some stuff. I'll explain to you exactly what's happening. If you, hopefully, by my demoing and explaining and showing you what's capable of it, you'll want one of these. It's, that's the whole point of this. Is as a guitar player, I will tell you that it works, and the reason that it really works is that when we went out on the last Billy Idol tour, we didn't bring a keyboard player with us, and that's the first time ever in the history of over 30 years working with Billy Idol that we didn't. And we have a badass keyboard player, Derek Sheridan, and he wasn't available, and we said, "Oh, we're going to get a new keyboard player." And I said, "Well, you know what? We now have two guitarists in the band. Billy Morrison plays second guitar." And I said, "Well, I've got this new Roland guitar synth," and I said, "I think I can cover what we need to cover." and it worked flawlessly. It was the first time that I brought out one of these units. I use a Godin guitar just because I endorse Godin guitars, and they have built me guitar synth stuff, and so you know, but really doesn't, to me it's no different what that is what's important. It's, you know, what the guitar side of it is, just as long as it tracks well. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what's happening here. Do I sound as stuffed up as I feel? I'm really, wow, it's crazy. So there's the way to look at that is there's three things happening. You have your normal guitar stuff, which is, for all intents and purposes, a standard Fender Stratocaster. 3 pickups, single coil pickups, and then you have the GK pickup under there. But in the actual guitar synth, there's 2 things happening. There's the synthesizer side happening, which is all the kind of strings and synthetic sounds. And what Roland has done now with this is they've also incorporated their virtual guitar side of it, which enables you to have physical modeling of acoustic guitars and strange tunings and different pickup configurations, as well as things like sitar guitar. And that's what that guitar is all about. That is not per se a guitar synth, but it also employs some of the technology of this, and I'll further explain to you what that guitar does, what this does that doesn't do, and vice versa. So, this is, and these are, one thing I will say is it's very difficult to just go in a store and pick up one of these and play it and go, well, it's a personal thing, and you really have to get into programming it. You have to embrace the world of programming synthesizers and stuff. So, you know, I would say if you go into a store and check it out, spend some time, make sure they give you some time to spend along with it, read the manual, and see what it is that you really want to get out of it. So these are all these are not stock programs that I'm going to show you. When I got the unit, I kind of said, fuck the stock programs. It's not what I'm about. And so, but I will show you what they're capable of doing. So the first thing is a string pad. As I said, you can customize this however you want. I built this program from scratch, and one of the things I like, you can set this this control right here to do anything you want, volume or whatever. And what I like to do in all my patches is have 2 octaves available. So as I step up, it jumps an octave. And then this button you can also designate to be anything you want. So I have it as a latch key. So. to me. So that's, basically that's utilizing, that's just a string patch which I've programmed, and a regular guitar sound, distorted, pretty standard guitar sound. But like I said, the actual guitar, as it being a Strat, is really nice. It sounds like. So just the guitar side of it is a really good guitar, and then you combine the synth stuff. So let's see what else I've got. So one of the other things, as I mentioned, you can have these virtual guitar sounds that you combine with the synth. And on this one, what I've done is I've combined a string patch with a virtual sitar guitar thing. But then you can get into the tuning of it, going way beyond what a guitar would do. And this is a patch that I spent days on. But you can really get lost in this, but this one's really cool. And it's what I love about this particular controller and everything is really dynamic. As you'll see, the stuff that when you want it to be really loud, it's really loud and really quiet. So that, to me, that's been the biggest breakthrough in this Roland guitar synth.